Hello lovely traders, welcome back to ChrisFX, and today we are going to do the trade recap for the week from the 17th until the 21st of January 2022. And as you can see on the screen, we have taken those trades and I'm going to be analyzing all of those trades. So let's start with Eur Usd and check out why we took this trade. And before we start, I want to ask from you to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And then I will tell you once again that I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. Whatever you do is clearly your own responsibility, and Forex trading can carry a lot of risk. So let's move on with the video. Let me go to the replay. And we are right here. As you can see, this is the daily chart. As we said, this is gonna be pretty much the same technique but on a different time frame. You can see that here we have been breaking previous structure clearly, and now we are expecting, we are not sure of course, that price is going to come back and revisit, for example, this order block that we see right here. And let me maximize once again and come right here. And since we expect that, we scale down to the 1 hour chart and I will show you how we took this specific trade. So while we were exactly right here, we see a clear break of structure on the 1 hour chart. From the daily chart, we know that we have to proceed and go back to these structures that we can see down here. And the clear break of structure on the 1 hour chart that I am referring to is this structure right here. It was broken very impulsively with this candlestick right here. If we scale down to the 15-minute chart now, we can see that we have a clear order block exactly right here, if we can see. And of course we have one more order block up here, okay, right here, this one. And now, since we broke the structure and we have a bias from the daily chart, we are expecting for price to come back and revisit those areas that we see the order blocks on the 15-minute chart in order to take the trade to the downside. So let's go to the 15-minute chart. We are on the 15-minute chart and let's play the replay button and let's see what happens. We see that we are coming back to this exact area and we are waiting to see a reaction. As you can see, we saw a reaction from here. Price reacted to this order block right here. And since we saw this reaction on the 15-minute time frame, we are going down to the 1-minute chart to identify now the order block from which another break of structure to the downside has been initiated. And this is the break of structure that I'm referring to, that you can see right here. Okay. And now we're placing our pending order right here. Let's see what happened. Okay, and here we go. There we go. I don't understand. I don't remember why I had an initial loss, because we can clearly see that I lost 66 euros and then another 1950 and I made only 72. So let's check this out. Apparently, as I understand it, because I don't really remember being stopped out from this trade, apparently we got stopped out right here and then we re-entered and we closed partial profits over here. This is what happened for sure. And then, as I said, I'm not moving my stop loss to break even, so it came back and stopped us for the rest of the position. This is exactly what happened over here. So this trade was taken from a daily bias. So we're expecting for price, to come back here as we saw. And then we went down to the 1 hour chart. We expected a break of structure to the downside, which we saw exactly right here with this huge candlestick that you see right here. Then once price reacted, we scaled down to the 1-minute chart and we saw the most relevant, let's say, order block from which we placed a pending order. It was this order block right here. And then unfortunately price came back, gave us a wyckoff distribution as we can see right here, and then it moved to the downside pretty aggressively. So you can see how price went. So unfortunately we didn't get this trade. Now I'm probably placing another order right here for next week. As you can see, We didn't have clear breaks of structure of these structural points right here, but I think I'm willing to put some risk on the table and take this trade this next week, this upcoming week. Okay, let's move forward to the more typical entries. We have USD Cad. This is the most important one with the strategy that I showed you exactly. This is the USD Cad trade. Let's go together. We are on the daily chart, and here we see that we have this order block, which is very clear here. We were, let's say, somewhere around this point, okay, and price is approaching this previous order block. Of course, you can claim that this was an order block as well, right here, and you're gonna be right 100%. But what we are waiting for when price comes back to these areas, we are scaling down to the 1 hour chart, and we are waiting for a break of structure on the opposite direction, as we have said, okay? So let's go and check out for this break of structure. Do we see a break of structure here? A little bit, but only with wicks. So let's check it out. Now we have clear break of structure, and let's highlight it. We have one break of structure here, and we have one break of structure right here. So what did we say in the previous video? Now we are going down to the 15-minute chart. We are identifying the last order block, and here we can see, if we go down to the 5-minute even, we can see an imbalance. You can also place the trade somewhere, let's say, above the last order block, so it would look like that. And for me, I will take another 2 pips, so it will look like that. Not such a big difference. I have an 8 pip stop loss. This is 9.2 pips. So what happened pretty much? Once price, I had of course an alert back here just to monitor price. When price came back to this area, let's go to the 1 hour chart to make things a bit faster. Yeah, price came back to this area and it hit my alert, so I was looking at the chart at this specific moment. It came with momentum, of course. It stops me out right here, and at the moment that I get stopped out, I enter another trade immediately. I buy immediately. Okay, so I was in front of the chart. And let's see how this played out. This went up to this point where I closed partials, and then the trade did all of that fancy stuff. Okay, and when price came back here with momentum, I thought it will continue with the overall, let's say, this push to the downside. So I closed the trade, which I do not really regret. Of course, in retrospect I do, because look what price did. Okay, so now we would have been at a 14-to-1 risk to reward, but still, this is a winning week, guys. Okay, and then we have one more at USD Japanese yen, which is another win, but look at this time. It is 5 o'clock, then this is, let's go together, 8 o'clock in the evening. So it is a Friday, price is retracing back, we had to close this trade. Unfortunately, that's why we only won this minor amount of $32. But from the daily chart, we can see that price has retraced back to this order block right here, okay? And now we are scaling down to the 1 hour chart in order to see, we are expecting for sure price to go up to this order block that we can see right here. So we are expecting statistically a reaction from this one, from this order block, and the retracement to this, and then for price to continue probably to the downside. And this movement is huge if you scale down to the smaller time frames. So once price retraced back here, as we can see, we scaled down to the 1 hour chart. And what did we expect for? For a break of structure, and we can clearly see it on the hourly chart. Okay, this is a break of structure to the opposite direction. So what do? Let's go all together. We scale down now to the 15-minute chart, and feel free to go back to these videos to check this beautiful strategy. And what do? We identify on the 15-minute chart the last order block, which is this one. In this case, I chose to enter from this imbalance. What do I see many times? And I have talked about this thing in previous videos, and I took this imbalance and I placed my pending order, you see, with a stop loss of 16 pips in this occasion. Okay, I wanna keep it realistic right here, And what do we do in these occasions? What price does in these occasions? Many times it will come back. If you have your pending order at the beginning of this order block, let's say right here, sometimes it will come and will not activate you to the pip. So I choose to lose a couple of pips in order to get into the trade. Let's see if we got activated into this trade. Of course, we know that we got activated. Okay, let's minimize a little bit, zoom out, and let's check out what happened. Okay, remember this was a Friday, otherwise I wouldn't be closing this trade. And here we got activated to the pip. You see the beauty of this thing, we got activated to the pip. And then we came back here, and at some point here I have to mention that we were at $180 win. Also with the USD CAD, if I would close the trades preliminarily, I would have had another $300-400 won. But of course the way to do it is to let the trades run and not close them. Anyways, so I closed the trade somewhere around, not here, a little bit further, right here I think, at 7 o'clock or right here, it was right here I think, at 7:30 or something, because it was a Friday and price was retracing. Now, of course, there is a very high chance that I'm gonna re-enter this trade if everything goes according to the plan. I'm waiting for price to go back here or even until here and then drop again. Anyways, this was a very nice trade. Unfortunately, it was a Friday and I couldn't keep this open. Overall, this was a winning week for a little bit. You have to understand that I'm also working 5 days per week, and I'm checking the trades throughout my breaks. I'm doing the analysis when I'm getting back from work in the afternoon, and then I'm trading only during my breaks, of course. And given these circumstances, I'm very happy with myself. What I have to improve, I have to improve my psychology and learn how to let those trades run, because I'm doing pretty good, I can say, with the predictions. All that is left for us to do, guys, is to let those trades run. And one more thing, which is very important, check out how well I managed my risk. For example, the USD Cad trade, it was only a 2.2 lots, okay, standard lots buy. So some people will show you that they bought for 25 lots and they passed the challenge within 1 day. This is bullshit. Nobody would trust you with their own money for you to do this bullshit. Even though if you do this bullshit and you are lucky once or twice and you make 1,000 or 2,000 quick, you will lose your account in the next, let's say, month, the next 2 weeks. This is very nice risk management. Even though we may not pass this challenge, of course we will in the long term. I'm gonna re-enter if I don't pass this month, or they may give it for free again. They will if we are on the positive. We will pass this challenge for sure at some point, but you can see that I'm at least following proper risk management, and I'm identifying my mistakes as well as a trader. Of course, my trading psychology is far away from perfect. If I would have let my trades run, then of course we would have had better results. This is for us to learn and improve for the next time. I'm preparing a scalping strategy for you, which I'm going to be uploading within this week or the next Friday or Saturday. So stay tuned to my channel and please subscribe and like this video. I will really appreciate it, and you will help ChrisFX grow. Thank you all for watching and see you in my next video.